Hi everyone, and welcome back to another layover. Today I am in Paris, France, and I am getting ready. Well, I am ready. I'm in uniform. I'm ready to work the flight back to Newark today. I have about 20 minutes before I have to go downstairs and catch the van to go back to the hotel. However, I just wanted to come on here in full transparency and tell you the damage that your girl did in Paris. It wasn't pretty, y'all. It wasn't pretty. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nicole. I am 48 years old. I'm a flight attendant. I live in New York City. I'm a mom of four, 3 out of the house, 1 still at home. And this is my now $63,000 debt-free journey where I'm documenting it all. The highs, the lows, the good, the bad, and the straight up ugly. It's all documented here. Okay, so here we go. So I am in Paris, like I said, and I needed some restocking on some items that I use at home. It seems like this month I have run out of everything from laundry detergent to paper towels to toilet paper to skincare to just everything. I've even running low on grocery items at home, whereas the last month or so I've been able to skate by on just what I've had, pasta, rice, whatever's in the freezer. Now it's like everything is coming to a head and I have to restock on everything. So this time I needed to restock on skincare and butter. Yes, butter, like the butter that you bake with or put on bread. That's what I need to restock. So I picked up this trip to Paris I'm working with my girlfriend right now, and what is better than working with a friend, especially in Paris, and getting paid for it. So I picked up this trip to work with her, but I also picked it up because I needed restocking on some of my skincare. So I worked the flight Newark to Paris. I'm laying over. I had about 26 hours, and today I'm going back Paris to Newark. Yesterday when we landed, I came in, I took a nap for about 2 hours because we worked all night the night prior. And then my friend and I, we went out and we hit the streets, and it was beautiful. It was drizzling here in Paris, and I love the rain in any big city, but especially in Paris. It was drizzling and it was just perfect. So first things first, we hopped on the metro, which was about $5 both ways. And we went to City Pharma. Now, City Pharma is one of the biggest pharmacies in Paris. So I had to get my skincare. So I had to restock on this body oil. I use this on my face, my hair, and my body, and the smell is just divine, and it stays with you all day long. I ran out of it. I restocked it in Paris. Now I also bought my face serum that I also ran out of. This I use day and night after I wash my face. I ran out of it. I restocked it. Was the price pretty? No, but I needed it. So now, and I ran out of toothpaste. Now I usually use the Marvis toothpaste, Marvis. I love it. I've been using it for a decade. They didn't have it, so I bought this. This I've also used in the past, but I bought little trial sizes. Now this is also a flavored toothpaste as well. These come in different flavors. Now this one is a pineapple mint, and this one is a mango mint. And I love this brand, and I love Marvis. So I got these two to get me through. Now, my friend who lives in New York City, who is not a flight attendant, has asked me to pick her up some stuff from City Pharma as well. So this, while it cost me money, she's going to pay me back when I get home, when I give her the goods. So she got this. I think this is some sort of lip treatment. And then she wanted this lotion for her face, I'm assuming. And then she uses the same body oil that I do, except this is a roll-on. So I bought this for her. These don't count because she will pay me back. But all in all, total for all of these items was $151. And that's not euros, that is dollars. Then next we went to Cafe de Fleur, and we had dark hot chocolate with whipped cream, and we sat on the streets and we just watched the people. It was amazing. It's one of those moments when you're like, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this right now. However, she paid for that, so that does not count. That's not a strike against me, you guys. She treated me to that. And then after that, we did some strolling through the Paris streets, and I walked into all these beautiful stores. I didn't try anything on this time, but it was just being in those stores, you know, the type of stores where they have like 6 things on a rack and not like TJ Maxx or Old Navy where you're like, you know, sorting through clothes. Just beautiful, beautiful stores. And we did that. And I just dreamed of a version of me that was able to buy things like that, buy better quality. You know, not everything. I'm not going to buy a plain white t-shirt when I can get it at Old Navy or Target or whatever, but just buying a beautiful cashmere sweater. Oh, I dream of that. And that's not even how I got into this debt. That's me getting into this $60,000 worth of debt was me renting cars almost on the daily, because I don't drive. I haven't driven in years. Renting cars and driving my mom at the time to and from her chemo from New York City to New Jersey, and COVID, not working for 18 months and putting everything on a credit card. I own a home in New Jersey, and when my one tenant moved out, you know, the place was trashed. I had to replace bathroom vanities and dryer vents and pieces of the deck. I mean, so me getting into this debt was not me buying cashmere sweaters and frolicking the streets of Paris. It was hardcore taking care of my mom, being a caretaker, you know, going through COVID, not working for 18 months, then taking care of my mom for another 2 years and taking off of work and putting everything on credit cards. My kids, my son is a Ranger, obviously, in the U.S. Army, going to his boot camp graduation and going to his Ranger graduation and having to get Airbnbs every time we've gone there. Granted, I fly free. That is a huge, huge perk of this job. But I can only get to the airport. Once you arrive at the airport, you still need, you know, a hotel and food or whatever, a rental car. So all of these things is how I got into debt, not me casually buying cashmere sweaters in Paris, right? But the point of that whole rant is that I dream of the day that I can walk into stores like that on a layover and buy things like that. My friend yesterday, we walked into Louis Vuitton and she bought a wallet that she's been eyeing, and good for her. That's amazing. And I want to be the person that can do that. And who knows, by the time I finally am that woman that can do that, maybe I won't even want to do that. But for yesterday, what a dream to just buy some cashmere sweaters. And I say that only because I eyed them all day yesterday. So we strolled these streets of Paris, in and out of stores. I went to a tea shop. I have an obsession with tea. And we went to a loose tea shop and I smelled all these beautiful, beautiful, are they called scents of tea? They're not scents, flavors of tea, I guess, right? I smelled them all. Loose tea, not like the Lipton that I would normally drink. And I want to be a woman that can walk into a tea shop and buy whatever tea she wants, a loose leaf tea, and come home and drink it in her fancy schmancy cup in New York City, you know. But I'm not her yet, but I'm becoming her. I'm not her yet. So anyway, after we did all that, we went to the grocery store because I needed to restock on butter. So I got my favorite butter that I have been using for years. I bought 2 blocks of it. This has the sea salt crystals in it. My daughter uses it every morning when she eats her toast and eggs. She puts it on her toast. I have a little butter, it's like a butter jar that I leave on the counter for soft butter at all times. And then this one stays in the fridge for whatever I need cold butter for. So I bought that. And I also bought my pistachio yogurt, which is divine. I bought 2 of these and I ate 2 yesterday, like a psychopath. But I'm bringing these back to Newark, New Jersey, New York City today. So all in all, and then at night, after we were done doing all this, we came back to the hotel, dropped off the stuff, took another quick nap, and then we went out to dinner and we just went to a crepe place. I had a glass of wine and oh my goodness, you guys, a goat cheese, honey, and walnut crepe. It was amazing. And my friend had a ham and egg type crepe with some sort of cheese in it. And it was absolutely delicious. So I ended up paying for that because she paid for the hot chocolate and the pastries that we got. And that crepe dinner last night was $31 total for both of us, plus a glass of wine. So all in all, with everything that I have spent, it came to about $275. Now, some of that I will be getting back from my friend. That's probably about $65 I'll be getting back from my friend, but all in $275, which was basically my entire per diem for this trip. Not my flight time, but my per diem. I made about $1,200 for this trip. So I'm still ahead, although I'm quite literally behind debt-wise, but I'm still ahead in terms of making money on this trip. However, I know when I get home that I am going to have to do the laundry detergent, the paper towels, the shampoo, the conditioner, and I couldn't take it anymore. I know I kept saying that I'm not going to get my hair done, and I haven't. I dyed my hair actually instead of doing this spray because the spray was just getting sticky. I wash my hair maybe once a week. So with that spray, I was having to wash it daily. So I just sucked it up and I dyed it with semi-permanent dye, and I think I did okay. I mean, there's a few grays poking out, but nothing compared to what it was. So I'm dyeing my hair. However, I'm getting a haircut on the 19th, and that's probably going to be about $85. But I haven't had a haircut in probably 6 months, and I need it. First of all, it's so long. It is so long. So I'm going to chop maybe 4 or 5 inches off, get it healthy, and so that's going to be money. So all these things are coming to a head that I need, and I know that I should have sinking funds for this, and I do, but there's only $20 in the sinking fund for this. And one of those sinking funds isn't even, it's not, what's the word? Those sinking funds are not supposed to be for this. The only sinking funds that I have that I started last month was for my home in New Jersey and emergencies, and then one was for Christmas and a haircut and shampoo, conditioner, laundry detergent, skincare. None of that is part of my sinking funds. So at some point I'm going to have to make a sinking funds for things that I normally use that I have to replace. I'm even running low on food at home. For the past 3 months since I started this journey, I have been able to get away with making the most random SHIT that there is, because I've had, pasta and rice and so much frozen food in my freezer that now I'm finally coming to a head on that. I'm running low on food. So the other day I went on Fresh Direct, and I'm finding that if I can order it online, I spend less money than just roaming the aisles. And you guys, roaming the aisles in New York City is not like roaming in aisles in a fun grocery store that perhaps some of you have in the more suburban areas. New York City, you get like 10 aisles, not even, like 5 or 6 aisles, and they're packed from floor to ceiling, but it's not a fun experience. You can't take a shopping cart. Everything is done by hand. You're not casually strolling to your car with your grocery cart. You're hauling it like a donkey on your arms. It's not a fun experience. But I do find that I spend more when I'm at the grocery store. So I did Fresh Direct last week. And I know you guys are going to say, but the delivery fees and all this, because I was a first-time customer, I had free delivery, plus they gave me $50 off, and it could be $50 off of a $50 purchase. That was the minimum. So I ordered Fresh Direct, and I spent $98, plus I got $50 off and free delivery. So it came to about $50 with tip and all that. It got delivered right to my door. I did it on layover last week. I came home. It was Sunday night, actually, this past Sunday. Today is, you know what, you guys, I have no idea what today is. Today's Tuesday. Today's Veterans Day. It's Tuesday. I did it on Sunday, and I landed at about 9. I came back to my apartment, and I walked in, and they were sitting right outside of my apartment door. So And Fresh Direct, not only did they give me $50 off and free delivery, they gave me a huge box of tulips and fresh vegetables and banana bread and just things to welcome me as being a first-time customer. So I'm going to see how Fresh Direct works versus me going to a store where I can just plan my meals and what I'm going to cook for myself and my daughter, check it off online, and have that be done and have it be delivered. So we will see how that works out. But the point of that is that I had to restock on groceries as well. So this month already, I'm afraid to look at the spending. And again, this isn't casual spending, although some would argue that, do I need this toothpaste? Can I just buy Crest? Absolutely, I can. Can I stop using the skincare that I've been using for years? Yeah, I can, but I don't want to. You know, I'm trying to find the balance, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job of cutting everything out, and this is just restocking. I don't know. You guys tell me if I'm in the right or wrong here. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to say I'm in the wrong because your girl's in $60,000 of debt, have no retirement, and I don't know where I'm going to live in 18 months. And if you want the backstory on why I don't know where I'm going to live in 18 months, the love, the least, the lessons, that's a video on this channel. But for now, I wanted to out myself on what I bought in Paris and the damage that I have done here. Anyway, I have to run down and catch the van for my flight back to Newark tonight. So if you've gotten this far, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for always your support and your kind words. And you guys, when you subscribe, this is why I'm doing this. When I started this channel, it was just for accountability for myself. I never in 1,000,000 years thought even one single person would watch other than myself. And now that I do have just a few subscribers, it makes me feel like, you know, I have to show up and out myself, and it really truly is keeping me accountable. And I cannot thank you guys enough. I feel like I have so many more, you know, soldiers on the battlefield of debt with me. And honestly, thank you, thank you, thank you. I get so excited when I have a new friend that subscribes, new friend, new supporter, whatever you want to call it. I cannot thank you enough. So anyway, I have to run, and I'll see you guys back in New York. Bye.